Sponsored by Bet365.
Yes, that's right. It's that time of the week again. Tuck's tips, and luckily for us, the Australian franchises are back in action. Thanks for coming in, Matt Dunning.
Thanks for having me. Two Aussie derbies this weekend, so it's going to be a cracker.
Absolutely fantastic. The schoolboys going on at the moment. The British and Irish Lions, there's footy everywhere. Let's get straight into it. The first game of the weekend sees the Reds host the Brumbies up at Suncorp. Tuck, the Brumbies, the only one that will feature in the finals.
Yeah, look, it's done now. The Brumbies are going to be in the finals. But look, you know, Wallaby selection's coming up, you know, for the Bledisloe and the Rugby Championship, so players will have plenty to play for. The Reds have been really disappointing for mine this year. It's good to see Kane Douglas getting back in the side, having a run this week, so I'd really like to see him play well because he's a great player and probably hasn't got the run and all played near his best this year. Brumbies virtually have a full squad to pick from this week, 35 out of 37 available, which is great, fit ready to play, and have virtually got their starting side on the pitch this week, and also Thomas Cabelli on the bench. Great to have him back this time of year. He's a class number 9.
Straight after that one, Tuck, we roll over into Perth, the Western Force taking on the Rebels. Strange feeling about this game.
Yeah, they should call this one the Hunger Games. The winner should just stay in the comp. It'd be interesting to see what happens. Big game for both sides, you know. Who knows which one's going at this stage, you know. Who knows? But I think both sides have a lot to play for, you know. But all the players are playing for potentially contracts next year. Who knows what's going to happen? So they've really got to put into this game. I think in WA, the WA fans will definitely get behind this game. I think there'll be a big turnout there, and a lot of people out to watch it, which is great for the Force. Both sides have still got some injuries, but are getting closer to full strength. You know, the Rebels obviously have been decimated, but having a few guys back and the Force now, I think it's going to be a real indication of who's playing the better football, and I'm really looking forward to this game. I think it'll be a lot of passion, you know. There might be a few fisticuffs, who knows. I think that things might boil over with all the tension that's gone all years between these guys now.
The final Aussie Conference game of the round sees the Waratahs host the Jaguares at Allianz. Tuck. Waratahs also a disappointing season. They'll be hoping the home game can finish strong.
Yeah, look, the Waratahs had a disappointing season. The only thing left to play for is pride and obviously Wallaby selection. There is a lot of pride in that Waratahs side. They'll be very disappointed with the way they've gone this year. Interesting couple of selections that they've gone with this week. Hannigan in the second row, back rower with Dean Mumm. So you've almost got 5, you know, sort of back rowers playing this week. So they'll have a really mobile pack. But up against the Jaguars, who are, you know, known for their scrummaging the Argentinians. So the scrum will be interesting to see how the Waratah scrum goes. And obviously the Macaulay might make his debut in the second row, the young under-20 Australian player. Great to see him get a run if he gets called on to action. Big young bloke and got a lot of promise. So Hegarty gets the start ahead of Naravura and Kellaway. You know, two players who've been outstanding for the Waratahs. So good to see Hegarty, you know, get another opportunity. And obviously the big one, Rob Horn, gets to play his last game in front of a home crowd for the Waratahs. He's been a long servant. Played with the Horn Dog for many years. He's a good young bloke, but not as young these days. And good to see him hopefully get sent off with a win.
Let's go and check out the odds ahead of the weekend, Tuck. Remembering, of course, the British and Irish Lions play that decider against the All Blacks on Saturday. That's
going to be a cracker. Obviously, the All Blacks will be ruining that loss in Wellington. Sonny Bill getting sent off early in that game. But they're still short price favourites, and probably rightfully so. Their record at Eden Park is second to none, haven't lost since '94 there against the French. So All Blacks, I think, will win. But the Lions are still very good value. They're a very good side, and if anyone's going to knock off the All Blacks at Eden Park, it's going to be the Lions.
And of course, the Super Rugby games this weekend, Tuck. What have your tips?
Yeah, thanks, Marty. Brumbies defeat the Reds in Queensland. Force beat the Rebels at home. Waratahs beat the Jaguars at home. Bulls to beat the Southern Kings, and Stormers to smash the Sunwolves.
I definitely agree with those tips this week, Tuck. Not often we agree, but I reckon you're in line for maybe a third perfect round of the season.
It would be nice. It'd be nice to have another perfect round, but obviously a bit easier with the limited games this weekend.
Don't forget all the rugby action for you live on Rugby.com.au. We've got the schoolboys finals for you tomorrow morning on Saturday from St Ignatius, and we've got the commentary of the Australian games live on Rugby.com.au. All the news, highlights and reactions as well. And if you are going to have a bet at all this weekend, do so responsibly.
Go the Tars.